Hey guys, welcome to this video. Suppose we are asked to write a program that inputs an integer and displays the sum of its digits. For example, if the user enter an integer 512, then its result should be equal to 8. Why? Because see, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So the sum of its digit is 8. So this is our problem. What we have to do, we have to input an integer and display the sum of its digits. Like this, for example, user entered 512, so will display the sum of its digit. 5 plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 8. So let's code this program. In we have to declare multiple variables x. Remainder remainder, and we also required a sum variable to hold the sum, and we initialize is equal to 0. Next, cout, we have to take input from the user. Enter the integer. User will enter the integer for which he want to calculate the sum of its digit. We have to take input console in. It means it will take input from the console window. You see in x. Now, while x is not equal to 0, we will say remainder is equal to x modulus 10. Remainder is equal to x modulus 10. Then we check if remainder equal to 0, then sum is equal to sum plus x, semicolon, else sum is equal to sum plus remainder. X is equal to x divided by 10. So this is our logic for this program. Then after while loop we have to display the sum. Cout sum of digits is then sum. You have to display sum. Let's execute this program. Five 12. So the sum is of digits is 8. So our program is showing correct out. See, 5 plus 1, 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. So is 8 is displayed on the console window. Now let's execute this program statement by statement for better understanding. So we have declared three variable x, remainder and sum, and we have initialized sum variable to 0. Then we are taking input from the use keyboard while we are saying that while x is not equal to 0, then do this. So x, suppose user entered, let's execute this program, 5 12. Not clear. So the user have entered 512 in this x variable. X contains 512. 512 is equal to, not equal to 0. Yes, 512 is not equal to 0. So this condition becomes true. So the control will enter the body of this loop. Now we are saying remainder is equal to x. X contains 512 modulus 10. 512 modulus 10. So in this way we can take 512 modulus 10. So 10 5s are 50, 1 remaining, and this 2, 10 ones are 10, and this is 2 remainder. So modulus operator returns remainder. So the remainder of this will be equal to 2. So 512 modulus 10 remain will return 2 because its remainder is 2. So this 2 is assigned to this remainder variable. So remainder contains 2. Next we are checking if remainder is equal to 0. So remainder contains 2. So 2 is equal to 0? No. So this condition becomes false. So our control will jump to else block and skip this if statement. So control will enter in else block. Sum is equal to, sum contains 0, 0 plus remainder contains 2. 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So this 2 is assigned to this sum variable. Now sum contains 2. And then we are dividing x variable by 10. So x contains 512. So we are dividing 512 by 10. If we divide 512 by 10, then its answer will be C 2 point, and here we can clear now 0. 10 2s are 20. So division, in division this division operator return this quotient. We do not have to take this value now because we are not taking remainder, but we are taking dividing by 10, not using modulus operator. So this is our answer. This is our quotient. So this is our answer, 51.2. So this, the result of this division is 51.2. Notice here x is an integer variable, but here the answer is 51.2. Because x is an integer variable, so it cannot hold the value of 51.2. So what will happen? The part after point, this decimal portion will be ignored, and only 51, this 51 integer value will be stored because x is a integer variable, so it will only hold an integer value, and this part is ignored. So x now will contain 51 because it is integer value variable, so it will only hold this integer part. So 51 is stored in this x. Now our loop is terminating here, so the control will shift here and check x contain 51. 51 is not equal to 0. Yes, 51 is not equal to 0, so the condition becomes true. So control enter here. Remainder is equal to x contain 51. 51 modulus 10. So what will be the remainder? 1. 51 modulus 10. So this is our 1 remainder. So now our remainder contains 1. So this 1 is stored in this remainder variable. And then remainder is equal to 0, no. 1 is equal to 0, no. So this condition becomes false. So control jump to else block. Sum is equal to sum contains 2 plus 1. Remainder contains 1. 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 is stored in this sum variable. Again here, now x contain 51. 51 divided by 10. What will be the answer? We divide this. We have to place point here, and now we can place a 0 here. 10 ones are 10. So what is the result? 5.1. We are dividing now. So 10 divided by 51 divided by 10 is equal to 5.1. See again, because it is an integer variable, so it will only hold it. It will only store the integer part. So the integer part is 5 and ignore 0.1 because x is a integer variable. So only integral part of will be stored in x. So this 5 is stored in this x variable. Again our loop is terminating, so the control will shift here again on the condition 5 is not equal to 0. Yes, 5 is not equal to 0, so the condition becomes true. So remainder is equal to 5 modulus 10. So any number, as we know that 5 is less than 10, so any number which is less than 10 is greater and 5 is less, so the modulus of 5 will be 5 because 5 is less than 10. If we take the modulus 9 modulus 10, then answer will be 9. 1 modulus 10, answer will be 1. 2 modulus 10, 1, answer will be 2. So similarly 5 is less than 10, so the 5 modulus 10 will be 5. So the 5 is stored in this remainder will be. Then we are checking if remainder is equal to 0. No, remainder is not equal to 0 because remainder contains a value of 5. So 5 is not equal to 0. So this condition becomes false because 5 is not equal to 0. We are saying 5 is equal to 0, but 5 is not equal to 0. So this condition becomes false. The control shift here in the else block, and sum is equal to sum contains 3 plus remainder contains 5. 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Now sum contains 8, and next x contains 5. 5 divided by 10 is equal to, see, if we divide 5 by 10, as we can see 5 is smaller, so we have to put point here and we can take write 0 here. 10 5s are 50, so the result is 0.5, and so its result is 0.5, but our variable is of integer type. It cannot hold a 0.5 value, so it will only hold this integral part. So integral part is here is 0. So 0 is stored in x variable because it is an integer variable, so it will not hold a floating point value. So 0 is stored in this x variable. Now our loop is terminating, so the control will again shift on this condition. Now x contains 0. 0 not equal to 0. Here we are again checking 0 not equal to 0. No, 0 is equal to 0, so our condition becomes false. We are saying that 0 is not equal to 0, but the truth is 0 is equal to 0, so our condition becomes false, because we are saying 0 not equal to 0, but 0 is equal to 0, so this condition becomes false. Our control will skip the body of this while loop and directly shift here and see out sum of digit is sum contains 8, so 8 is displayed on the console window. So 8 is displayed here, the sum of digits is 8. So guys, in this way we can calculate the sum of digits of any integer. So guys, this is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe Programming Languages. Goodbye.